To begin, though, with Donald Trump. He's going to travel to Washington, D.C. to be arraigned on 4 felony charges today. The special counsel alleges he conspired to overturn the 2020 election by spreading lies, then taking corrupt actions to obstruct official proceedings, prevent the counting of legitimate votes. Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas starts us off. Good morning, Pierre.
George, good morning. In a few hours, Donald Trump is expected to make his way from New Jersey to a federal courthouse in Washington to face those historic charges. This morning, federal court in Washington stepping up security for an unprecedented arraignment. A former president of the United States set to be fingerprinted and formally charged with trying to steal an election. Special counsel Jack Smith claiming that former President Trump was knee-deep in a criminal scheme built on lies that culminated in violence that exploded on Capitol Hill on January 6th.
It was fueled by lies. Lies by the defendant targeted at obstructing a bedrock function of the U.S. government, the nation's process of collecting, counting, and certifying the results of the presidential election.
Jack Smith insisting Trump knew he lost the election, but tried to overturn the results anyway, determined to remain in power, claiming that he spread lies about fraud, though he knew that they were false. But the indictment about more than Trump's public statements. It was about his actions, too, including a relentless pressure campaign targeting Republican officials, including his own vice president, Mike Pence. Pence on Wednesday reacting to the indictment, which mentions him more than 100 times and quotes Trump telling him, "You're too honest."
I've been very clear. I had hoped it wouldn't come to this.
Pence testified before Smith's grand jury and turned over contemporaneous notes he took after his conversations with Trump.
For my part, I want people to know that I had no right to overturn the election, and that what the president maintained that day, and frankly has said over and over again over the last 2.5 years, is completely false.
The indictment charging Trump was told over and over again by his own attorney general, Homeland Security officials, White House counsel, and state election officials that his claims about election fraud were false. For example, Trump insinuated that more than 10,000 dead voters had voted in Georgia. But just 4 days earlier, Georgia's Secretary of State had explained to Trump that this was false, but the president's supporters pushing back. This line of defense from his attorney.
This is an attack on free speech and political advocacy, and there's nothing that's more protected under the First Amendment.
But Trump's own attorney general says while he has some general concerns with the case, the Justice Department's prosecution is legitimate.
All conspiracies involve speech, and all fraud involves speech. So, free speech doesn't give you the right to engage in a fraudulent conspiracy.
Trump in court facing charges is starting to feel familiar, but the consequences for the nation's politics and the rule of law are enormous.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.